And looking at our money, we already have $22,000. What is up, YouTube? Bunny Films here with a brand new video, and today we are back in the great game of Lumber Tycoon 2, here back on our new little base. I don't know what episode of this little Let's Play series this is, but today's episode is supposed to be helpful for new players in the game because when you first start off in the game, of course, you don't really have a lot of money, and you're sort of limited because you have bad equipment, bad cars and stuff, and you have to somehow make money. So that's what today's video is about. So if you're a new player to Lumber Tycoon 2, watch this because I will share some tips, because I played this game for way too long, several years now, but I've just decided to start a new base because it's more fun. But anyways, we're going to be heading over to boxcars really quickly because I've been needing to make a vehicle upgrade for a long time now, because this is just the cheap $400 car, but what I want to do is go ahead and get a trailer so we can actually carry more trees with us. And it looks as if someone had the same idea as me, so let's go ahead and stop by here and check on the prices because we can't afford the pickup truck yet. This is going to be almost $20,000, actually $19,000. This car is sort of useless, it's just fast, and then this one here, oh, we're just about $2,000 short. So we'll have to go ahead and settle for the small trailer. We could possibly buy two of these, but we don't really have a lot of space on our plot. So I went ahead and I got a second trailer as well, just so that we can carry even more trees, and these trailers are only like $1,800 each, so it's really worth it. The next thing you want to do, if you want to do this thing that I'm about to do, is you want to go to Bob's Shack. You sort of can't see it from here, but it's where my cursor is. Just drive back there and go buy some dynamite from him. I already have like 3 boxes of it on my base, so I'm not going to buy a 4th because, yeah, I have 3 already. So let's head back to our base really quickly, place these trailers down, that way we can actually use them, and then head over to the snow biome, and I'll explain why. So let's get our 2 trailers down just like that. There we go. No fun colors, no pink trailer unfortunately, but that's rather rare. So we're going to go ahead and just hook these both up to each other like this. There we go. And then this one to this one. Oh, hold on. We have to drag this around a little. You want to go ahead and bring yourself, you can bring 1 or 2 pieces of dynamite. I'm actually going to bring 2 just because the boulders can also respawn after they get exploded. And I'm going to be explaining everything to you so this makes a bit more sense. Right now it's a little bit vague, but basically there's a really good tree that grows in the snow biome, and basically you can sawmill it with your very cheap shabby sawmill, which makes it great for newer players and even like players who are just farming money in the game. So you want to head in this direction. There's a spawn for reference. You want to head over here where there's these boulders that are sort of blocking the way, but they've been glitched recently. I'm glad they've been glitched. I mean, it's a nice bug because now we don't have to really worry about using any dynamite up because dynamite costs money. So we can just drive underneath these floating magical boulders like this, and you're in the snow biome. But you don't want any of these trees. These trees are rubbish. And what we want to do is we want to take a bit of a secret passageway all the way to the top of the mountain where my cursor is. So follow this road that I'm just driving up. I mean, you can't really get lost on this. I know I'm going to edit some of this out, but just keep driving straight until you get to the top. So you eventually get to this snow-covered area, but you want to keep driving just a little bit more until I tell you to stop, because otherwise you'll reach a dead end and you can't really drive any further anyways. So we're going to go ahead and park our car right here next to this, I don't know, there's like this bridge here that we're going to be walking across in just a second, but we're going to climb up these boulders, or the mountain, I don't know what you want to call it, but we're just going to climb up these rocks and then jump down to here where there's this nice windy road. You can try driving across this. I don't know why you would, but you can try it nonetheless. It's possible, but it's not easy. I've not even been able to do it. So I just walk across it all the way to the top. And here we are at the Wood Biome, and these are the trees that you're going to go ahead and want to chop down and bring back to your base. So we're going to first chop this one over here, and I'll show you how you actually get it back to your car, because it might not be what you think, especially if you've never been up here. But you want to take this tree and walk to this opening here where you have this nice view of lumberland. You can't really see our base from here because it's so tiny, but you want to just toss the tree down here, and then you can walk away. Because there's a massive slide. Oh, there goes our tree. And it will shoot out from the bottom over here. I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but it'll be somewhere in that area, and we can go ahead and drive down there in just a bit to go ahead and collect all the trees that we tossed down there. And because we have 2 trailers plus the car, I'm going to try and chop down 3 or 4 of these icewood trees, because that's all we can really fit. So this here is our final tree that we will be tossing down the slide, and I will show you how you actually get back to your car, because the last thing you want to do is jump down the slide as well, because yeah, it just makes things tougher. So you want to jump along the side all the way to this little ledge here, and then you can just walk along it all the way back to your car, and then we're going to go back down there to go ahead and collect our trees and bring them back to our base so they can get sawmilled. So once you're finally back down to the ground level, we can actually drive through this little archway and get over here where you'll see a bunch of random trees scattered about, and these are the trees that came out of the slide. So we're going to go ahead and load all of these up. We're going to actually discard some of these tiny pieces. I mean, you don't really have to, but they're just extra, they take up extra space basically, and they won't really give you that much money when you sawmill them, so it's not really worth carrying them. But what I like to do is I actually tend to not chop my trees up because I don't really have enough space to chop them all up, but you can do that if you'd like to. So I sort of regret not chopping the trees up, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try and be a little optimistic and say that nothing's gonna fall out, but I would recommend chopping them up if you have the time. But we're fine, we're carrying all 4 trees back with us right now. We got rid of the tiny little pieces that weren't really going to give us much money, so that way it takes up less space in my trailers. But let's take this back to our base, where all of these pieces are probably going to fit into our sawmill, which makes this wood fantastic for new players who can't afford the better sawmills in the game. Okay, so here we are back at our base. I only had to get out of my car like 5 times to put the trees back into the trailers because they kept falling out. So disregard what I said earlier about not chopping them up. I highly recommend chopping them up so that they don't just always fall out. But we have all 4 trees here. I was a little curious as to whether I actually had all 4 here, if I just lost one along the way. But no, we've managed to keep them all. So now we have to go ahead and do the fun part, I guess, which is, yeah, not fun. We have to chop all these pieces into smaller pieces that will fit into the sawmill. And that's easy. I mean, that goes for all sawmills because you can't fit massive branches into it. But what we can do is actually, we can move our car over here like this, because we have a bit of a little setup already with the different conveyor belts, the tilted ones. That way we can have them automatically fall into the car. And with the pieces that are chopped up, we can go ahead and just toss them into our sawmill. And what's nice, as you can see, is that all of the pieces actually fit in there so far. We might have some trouble with the trunks, which tend to actually be the most, like the most valuable part of the tree, but they are also the largest. So will they fit? Will they not? I don't know, but you can always get a bigger sawmill eventually. And then here we go with the final 2 trees. As you can see, all of the pieces actually fit in there. Just got to make sure they're going in there straight, or else they're just going to be too crooked to actually go into the opening. But look at all of this money that we are going to be making. And it looks as if our trailer is full, so we have ice wood going all over the place. So we're going to go ahead and have to pick up some of these pieces that are sort of sliding away, because in case you didn't know, ice wood is made out of ice, therefore it is slippery. So gotta watch where it goes, because it will slide pretty far, just like that. So it looks as if this drop-off area is a little busy. I don't want to get in this person's way, but oh well. Public area. So while that person is here selling their cherry wood, we're going to be here selling our ice wood. And keep in mind, we started this, well, we didn't start off the video, but we had, oh, this person's asking how to get ice wood. I'll answer in a second. But we started off with about $7,000 before selling. So let's go ahead and just see how much we have at the end, and then I'll tell this person how to get ice wood. And looking at our money, we already have $22,000. And I feel like Icewood's a little bit broken. I mean, it's been like this forever, and I doubt it's ever going to change. But it's just so powerful. It makes me happy though, because now we can afford a lot better we can afford better upgrades, like better vehicles, better sawmills and stuff. But there we go. Oh, what's this? Okay. But now we have $24,000 from our Icewood. That was only 4 trees. So I told the watermelon person how to get ice wood. Hopefully the person will understand. But we can now look at our money. Again, $24,000. That's crazy, from 4 trees. So we literally profited. If we do 24,000 minus 7, we literally made $17,000 from just selling 4 trees. So we made about like $4,250 per tree, which is yeah, that's actually pretty good. So we're probably going to do that a lot more once we want to go ahead and make more money. But for now, let's head over to the store. I'm sort of just diddle-daddling around. We can look at the prices of things. Okay, we can't afford this, of course, but look at this. The Sawmax 01 is only 11,000. And this one here is only 22,000, so we could pretty much buy the second best sawmill in the game, skip over all these ones in the middle, except for this one, which is a little bit expensive. So it's either get this or a truck, and I'm saying, oh, I could get so many good vehicles. I could get a truck with a trailer. Oh, but I want this. Just because I'm already at the store. So we're going to spend all our money on this. And again, I'll have to work hard to actually be able to afford our new vehicles, which will be like a new truck, new trailers and stuff. But for now, we have a new sawmill and we now have only $1,800. But let's go ahead, unbox this brand new sawmill on our base before we do end today's episode. So let's move some of our goodies out of the way. That way it doesn't block the sawmill. This one we can move. I'm gonna just set it down like right here or something. I don't know. It can act as decoration, or I can just give it to. I don't think anyone wants that sawmill. I was gonna say I could give it to some new player or whatever, but I don't think anyone wants it. So we're gonna place this here, and voila, we have our brand new sawmill. We're gonna increase the dimensions to the largest size possible. That way, it's just easier to load wood into our cars, and it goes all the way up until 3, and this goes all the way up until there we go. It goes to 2.6. So there we go. So it's going to give us the largest size wood possible. That'll actually fit in our car. It's going to be like in cubes or whatever. I don't know. But that is basically it for today's video, everyone. If you did enjoy, consider pressing the like button or subscribing. I hope you did enjoy today's video, and hopefully you did learn something new, especially if you are a newer player to the game. And if you are, stay tuned for more videos on my channel about Lumber Tycoon 2 things. I like to cover a lot of things like different building and how to get different types of wood. I don't know. There's a lot of things to do in Lumber Tycoon 2, and I pretty much cover it all. So subscribe. But that's it. Have a good day. Goodbye.